This conference will now be recorded.
Before to start, I'll request everyone to please mute their mic. Okay, all of you, please mute your mic. Okay, fine. Let me start. Okay, so today's topic is regarding introduction of Vishada, Udvega, Bhaya, and Anidra. Okay, that is nothing but depression, anxiety, fear, and Anidra means everyone knows that. Okay, so let me start with the first one is regarding where do you get the references with all these particular topics. So first and foremost, you can see in Charaka Sutra Sthana 28th chapter 11th Vikaras. Then Avara Sattva Purusha Lakshanas, which is in Charaka Vimana Sthana 8th chapter 119 shloka. And you get the definition of Vishada and Bhaya in Charaka Sutra and Charaka Vimana. Okay, these are the references where you can get a reference regarding Vishada. What do you mean by Vishada? Vishada, that is nothing but, as I told you, it's a type of a depression or lassitude, dejection, disappointment. These are all can be compared. These are synonyms for what we call it as, according to Ayurveda and according to modern science. So, why do this exactly occurs is mainly because if there is, it's as a result of unrequited love. Means one person who has a feeling or a thing for another person or a particular thing or whatever it is, if he doesn't get that, so he might feel it bad. So that particular thing is said to be as Vishadaha. If it extends to a higher limit or a higher range, then we call it as a depression. Because some people do not come out of it. They still keep on thinking about the same thing again and again and again. So for a longer duration for the process, we call it as to be say as depression. Okay. So next point is the definition of it. Asiddhihi bhayaha dvi videshuhu karmasuhu asadoho sapravrittihi vishadaha. This is regarding the Sushruta Sutasthana. Here, what does it exactly mean is fear of non-achievement of any work leads to non-indulgence or initiation, which is called as Vishadaha. Okay, if a person, if you're doing any type of work, if you're not fulfilling it properly or you're not achieving it in the way you wanted, then definitely you get. This is the best example what I can give you now is you people are not interested to sit there for the classes, but still we make you to sit, either it may be online or something. So you may be feeling bad like exactly in the afternoon, why do we need to sit there, hear these lectures and all. So this may definitely lead, if you're taking it very lightly, it doesn't matter if it extends more, then it will definitely cause, because usually what happens is like these are all physiological things, they may convert into psychological. When do they convert exactly into psychological is when we do not control them, like any type of a feeling it is, either a sad, happiness, sorrow, whatever feelings, if you're not able to control them, if they are crossing over the limits, then definitely they may enter into psychological symptoms. And if these psychological symptoms are seen, then you can definitely say they go into different conditions, diseases. Okay, later I will tell you which diseases they are related mostly into, but mainly concentrate only on the things like the feelings, the fear, the sorrow, everything should be having a particular limits. If it is limitless, then definitely you may enter into psychological. Vishada, again, it's a mood, it's a state of mind or feeling. See, it's a state of a mind or a feeling. Okay, a state of a mind is constant, it remains the same. You never see a state of mind increase, I like goes ups and downs, mainly by for like excessive sorrow, excessive happiness, so excessive dukkha. say leading, like he may be crying more for any particular thing, whatever he wants. So if it is crossing more out of the limit, then definitely depression may occur. Okay, Vishada, which is nothing but the depression. Depression is a psychological condition, okay, which mainly depends upon the mood. It and definitely alters the mood. So if this mood is not proper, then definitely he may go into depression. So a depression actually you may also call it as mood disorders. Much more severe alteration of mood is considered as mood disorders. As I told you before, there is alteration of the moods. It is also for prolonged period of time. So can you hear me? Roll
Yes,
number
sir.
10. I don't know. Somebody is on their mic. Please, mom. Please mute your mic, please. Can you hear this noise? Is everybody hearing that noise, or is it only me?
Yes, sir.
Sir, we
You're
are
hearing?
getting.
We are hearing, sir.
I hope so. The students are not doing it intentionally, huh? If you do not want me to continue, I will not continue. We can talk with other things. Okay. I don't know who is doing this. Okay, fine. I think there's some network problem. Everybody's mic is mute actually. It's a network problem. That's why it's getting that noise. Okay, everybody's mic is mute. Fine. As I told you before, it's nothing but the mood disorders which mainly enter into depression. Okay. Please note down the last point, which is very important. It is also for prolonged period of time. If you are upset, if you are sorrow, if you have plenty of sorrow in your life, if you have a sadness inside you, and if it continues for a longer period, then you will definitely say that that particular patient is going into depression. So, and even you people can easily make out whether the person is depressed or not, right? Exactly, by just seeing his facial expressions we can definitely find out. Because some of the patients who do not be any like more of enthusiastic in any type of work, we'll deal that with the signs and symptoms. I'll tell you how do you do that. But knowing the depression people, or like you can easily make them out. Diagnosis is very important, very easy in depression people. But the only one thing is, how do you make them to come out of the depression? Because that is very important. That is why today's topic is like that: the Vishadaha and Anidra. Because all the point in the end we have put Anidra. Anidra is nothing but sleepness if you don't sleep properly. If the patient doesn't sleep properly, all these particular conditions what we are discussing today will be increased more. So I can definitely say that sleep and food, these two are very, very important criterias to stay away from any type of a psychological conditions or any type of disorders. So
Sir,
yeah, please.
hello.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes,
I have
tell
a
me.
doubt.
You have a doubt.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you please keep your doubt in the last? I'll answer it in the last.
Oh, okay, sir.
Roll number
4.
4. Okay, done. Just keep it in the last. I will answer it in the last. Okay. Just
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
okay, fine. Is it related to this topic right away now? Roll number 4.
Sir, actually, I wanted to ask the difference between the sad and the depression.
That's what sadness is. See, sad means you are upset with some particular thing. I don't know, whatever it might be the reason. Okay. But if it is prolonged for a longer time, if you are sad, you can come out from that particular sad within, say, like a half an hour or 1 hour or one day. But if you're not coming out for a whole week, for a whole month, then you go into depression. It's like that. The duration, if it's extending more, then we call it as depression. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So next is the key points what you will be seeing in mood disorders or in depression, we can say. One is mania and one is depression. These are the key moods in mood disorders. What is mania? It's an intense and realistic feelings of excitement and euphoria. Both, you can see happiness as well as sadness, characterized by elevation of the mood, increased activities, and self-important ideas. Please do remember what is mania and what is depression. Okay, in mania, it is nothing but it's an intense and realistic feelings of excitement and euphoria. There is full of excitement and with along with fear and along with sorrow. It is characterized with elevation of the moods. You can see the people mood changes very quickly and it's in the higher point. Okay, with increased activities, he will work very frequent, fast, and without thinking. Okay, without any thinking a lot, he'll start doing his activities very fastly. And self-important ideas, he will be putting only his ideas. He will never listen to any of the other people. Anyone says anything to him, he will never follow it. He will do whatever he feels and whatever he wants. Okay, so these are mania type of disorders. I'm just telling this type of disorders, don't look all these things inside yours. Okay, because you people are physiologically right. These are all like in pathological conditions, so think about them. The next point is depression. Depression here is feeling of extraordinary sadness. Okay, please see this word extraordinary. Sadness is fine, physiology. Okay, when it comes to pathology, one word acts is extraordinary, means over, no limit. Okay, so extraordinary sadness and dejection characterized by depression mood. Okay, either it may be depression mood or it may be pessimistic thinking, lack of enjoyment, and reduced energy. Okay, so if these are there, then you can say that it is enter into depression. I'll tell you the definition also. Udvega, you get only one reference regarding udvega in Shushruta Uttara Tantra. Udvega niti chittaha means, see here, if there is more agni gets mandaha. Okay, here agni is completely lost. Chitta means, again, there is no any type of curiosity, no desire to do any type of the work inside him, no excitement at all. Okay, so we can also call them agitation, anxiety, fear, as well as distress. Okay, this is regarding the Ayurvedic reference. Regarding, one second please. Okay. Guys, give me just 1 minute. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Just give me 1 minute. Yes, sir. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Yes, give me a second, okay? Everyone has their right. Can everyone hear me? Guys, please say yes
Yes,
or
sir.
no.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
fine.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Chalo, I was discussing about the depression, right? So I will go in a little bit deep with depression. Actually, we simulated out those slides. That's why. Fine. As I told you, there is a difference between mania and depression. In mania, you can see there is intense and realistic feelings. As I told you before, depression also is the same kind where the prolonged sadness will be there. If that particular sadness or any particular type of a sorrow, we do not know any type it is. Whatever it is, the patient will definitely tell you which type of sorrow or sadness it is. But if it is prolonged for a longer time inside that, then it will definitely cause more of psychological conditions and you may go into depression. Okay, so for those particular patients, how do you diagnose, what do you do, what are those things you should find out? I will deal with those particular things first and then we'll go with other topics. Okay, so here are the different forms of depressions. Okay, what are the different forms of depressions? There are several forms actually, but these four are important for you. Okay, these four are just the different types actually of depression, but we are not going to discuss all the types of diseases which come under here because it's a very vast subject where in apasmara unmada you will get all the references regarding psychological disorders. Okay, so we do not want to go into those particular things, but if these are prolonged then definitely you may go into psychological also. So depressions, in mainly depression when you are dealing, it is a four forms. First one is major depressive disorder. Okay, that is major depression. You can see that the patient takes very long time for him to come back, and in these particular patients you will say they are not active at all. Okay, so those are like major depression. Dysmedia is nothing but a depression which is can be controllable or managed. Okay, minor depression. In minor depression again we have psychotic, postpartum and seasonal. Okay, seasonal, postpartum, these are things like they vary a lot. Okay, seasonal is according to different type of moods. Okay, if the mood is changing into different simultaneously, if the mood changes from happiness to sorrow, sorrow to other particular feelings whatever you are having, if it goes on more, then you can say that it may occur at one particular time, one particular place, or one particular situations, which any type of a situation occurring to him at that particular time, he will go into minor depressions. Okay, postpartum depression is people who undergo a different different means like they're unbelievable things. Suppose if I tell you like to stay the whole night alone somewhere in a graveyard or something, to stay outside for the whole night, you take it as a challenge and you do it. Okay, and you come out, you're everybody appreciate you have won it, but after coming out of it, you have won, definitely you have won, but after coming out of it, when you're alone you start thinking about it more and more. So that is a type of like a postpartum depression. Okay, so you don't share those particular things to anyone, because if you start sharing, you think that everybody will laugh at you and all those particular complexity will come. So to avoid those particular things, you will say that you're fine, but inside you're not. Okay, it mainly occurs in soldiers. You see all type of soldiers, they undergo a lot of different things. Like if they have while in during wars and all, if there's a blast where they lose their legs or hands, in those particular thing, they go into depression a lot because they start thinking a lot of such particular things. Okay, so that's a type of like a postpartum depression. It may occur in such thing, I just give you an example of it. Some people will come out of it very quickly and nicely, so that's not a problem. But if some people do not, then you can definitely see. Okay, psychotic depression is nothing but psychosis. Okay, psychosis is nothing but like, there is nothing there, but still they think that there is something there and they think about it and they go into depression. Okay, so that is a type of like a psychotic depression. Bipolar, you know, right? Bipolar disorder is nothing but what do you call it, as a split personality. Okay, dual personalities you'll be having, especially you can see in commonly when people who are born are Geminians, zodiac sign who are from Gemini, they are having twins. Like they always have that in their mind whether to do it or not, whether this is right or wrong. Okay, so if it is extending in more, then definitely you can say that they are bipolaric, but a lot of people do control them. It's not like they are suffering from psychotic or this one, because even I am a Gemini also. Don't tell me I am a psychotic or depression patient. But you can say that they, when in any time of their life, if they want to make a major decision, so they'll be having twin minds whether to do it or not, whether this is right or wrong, whether people will talk or not. So such things now, they are called as bipolar, and even they exist. Okay, this is in Gemini, but bipolar is different. In Gemini people, they are twins, they'll be more prone to get into it. But bipolar is like the person who is having twin minds, and one person what he is doing, I mean the same person which is having two characters inside him, what he is doing he'll not be able to know about the other one. So that is what is called as bipolar disorder, and they will not be able to know what they are doing, what the other person is doing inside him only. Okay, so that we call it as, said to be as bipolar disorders. Okay, so these are the different forms of depression. Signs and symptoms, what do you see and what type of signs and symptoms you will be seeing in depression? First, mainly, please do remember, that is why we are talking about these feelings and all. This is like nothing but persistent sad, anxious or empty feelings. Okay, so these are like a type of symptoms. Now you can ask me, how can we know about the feelings and all? See, you can definitely understand, because a lot of feelings can be understood by just by a facial expression. Okay, by facial expressions, you should be able to understand what the patient is going through with it. Because a lot of people, patients, when they come near you, if they are not comfortable talking about any other thing, they start blinking, they start seeing here and there and all. Then you can understand that they are hiding something or they want to say something. This is definitely, you can see when you come and sit in front of us during Viva, we ask you, right? Then you start blinking your eyes, you start breaking your hands, like your fingers, you start doing different noises. So such particular thing, that if it extends more, then you can say that we are going into depression. Okay, so feelings, I think so you can definitely see on the face, you can understand. Now even I can find out like how many people are just listening to me and closing their eyes, and I don't know what they're thinking about it, and they'll be thinking when this 3 o'clock will happen and when sir will shut down and go. Because a lot of people, I can understand, I can seriously feel this, because at the end of the discussion nobody will ask me questions, only one or two people, where those people are listening to me rather than others are just hanging around because of attendance or so, right? I can seriously understand your problem, and even ours also is the same, but still can't help out, we just have to go on. Okay, so coming to the topic exactly, but the signs and symptoms you should understand, there will be like persistent sad, anxious or empty feelings. Second point, feelings of hopelessness. Okay, this is very important. What do you mean by hopelessness is like, he will always have a negative thing in his mind that he cannot do anything. Okay, or he is of no use, he may feel on his own, anything happens wrong with him, he immediately blames himself for it. Okay, so that type of feeling he will be having. Feelings of guilt, whatever things if he does, he feels like some guilty thing he has done, worthlessness or helplessness. Okay, hopelessness, guilt, sad, irritability, restlessness. Very important, irritability is a point like, how do you exactly come to know whether the patient is getting irritated or not? Okay, I'll ask this question later, anyone please. But do remember, irritation is a point of view where you can say that, mm, some things, okay, which are not good to or favorable to you, you get irritated. Like as we are taking classes and you people are sleeping in front of us or talking with each other, at that particular time also we get irritated. So you can immediately see my facial expression changes from nowhere to somewhere. I mean, like, it is like good while teaching and suddenly I get angry. because that is a type of irritability when someone talks and do like that. So if this continues for a longer period, but if I can control it whether for 5 minutes or not, but in some people it will extend more and more. And even if a child is crying in front of them, they cannot control it, they start yelling to that child also. So such type of irritability if is seen, you can say that he's entering into depression. Okay, restlessness, one of the main causative factor we can say for it, because if you don't rest, if you're not resting, then you cannot sleep. If you're not sleeping, then you can definitely say that there is a type of a depression scene. Okay, so even in the main of the point is you can say that uh, there is loss of interest in activities or hobbies once pleasurable, including sex. You can even include that also, because they do not have any type of interest in any type of an activity or any type of pleasurable activity, or even it may be including sex also. Okay, so even such particular things you can say that these signs and symptoms can be seen in them. There is fatigue and decreased energy. As I told you, they do not show you any type of enthusiasm inside them, and they do not have any type of energy to fight with it or to win with it, whatever. They do not have anything to do. They will be just blindly there. Okay, next is difficulty concentrating. Concentration is completely gone. You say anything to them, nothing goes inside their end. That's why in the initial I told you, they'll be like taking their own decisions. They even don't listen or concentrate anywhere or anything else. Okay, they difficulty in concentrating, remembering details, and making decisions. Before it mentioned, like making decisions is they're confused whether to go it or not, or they think a lot of times. Okay, so whether to do it or not, whether this is right or wrong, whether anybody will say something or not, what will happen next, for these particular things only they go on doing it more, which enter into depression. Then next point is insomnia. Insomnia is nothing but again loss of sleep, where nidra is a very very important condition stage where a body needs rest. If it's not able to rest properly, then the patient may exaggerate more symptoms. Okay, that is why they do not sleep properly. I will answer the question. Just remember, I'll ask you one question now. In the end, I will ask any one of you. Do tell me how can you exactly tell whether the patient is sleeping properly or not. Okay, this is my question to you. Whether how can you guess or how can you come to know that the patient is sleeping properly or not. Okay, so insomnia, early morning wakefulness. Early morning wakefulness is uh, before the sun arises. Actually, at that particular time, they feel awake. Okay, but they do not get up from the bed. They still lie in the bed and they still think that they are in sleep. Okay, but actually their body, mind, everything is awake. Excessive sleeping, this is a best example right now. Even you people are also going through it. Excessive sleeping and all. Overeating or appetite loss, again the digestive symptoms are already included here. Thoughts of suicide attempts, don't go think about all those things, but those particular people will definitely have aches or pains, headaches, cramps, or as I told you, digestive problems, that too is even with the treatment. Okay, so these are some of the symptoms which you can see in different patients who are going into depression. So I have asked you a question. I will definitely ask that question later in this one. But one of the main point in depression, okay, is situations actually. Okay, some of the situations in life or in other people's life, or they have experienced or they have heard it from someone else. If they don't live it, okay, it becomes very difficult to survive for them. So always you think there are some regular points in our life which we need to forget. If we do not do that, we go into deep shit and deep trouble in our life actually. Okay, that is the reason why I have told you before also, scientists, you can see they're always we call them half mad actually, because it is serious, because they think only about only one particular thing. They do not know about anything else. Whatever they are concentrating to invent or to rebuild or anything, they'll be thinking only that much and nothing else. And out of the box, if you ask anything them, they have no idea about it. They come so much into it that they cannot live without it. Okay, so that is the reason why God has given us a very beautiful brain. so that we forget. Okay, if we do not forget, then it becomes a very difficult task to lead our life actually. So I mean, what we should forget is to be forgettable, not everything, what you study and all. So do not think about that forgetting everything, but forgetting is also a very good thing, what we definitely have to do, because we cannot remember each and everything in our life. I am damn sure exactly last year same time what you were doing, which class was there, we cannot able to remember. Okay, but we just need a spark, we just need something to initiate in our brain. It will just be like a memory inside our brain. We just have to trigger it. If I just open your attendance register and tell you like this particular class and this particular teacher was teaching this particular topic, you will remember those things, at least 5% you will remember. So you can imagine how beautiful our brain is being developed inside. So if you do not come out of it, and if you stay inside it only, then it causes severe problems and severe depression inside us. So whatever in your life or whatever in others life it is, your main job is to remove that particular thing outside from his body. And I'm damn sure, according to my clinical experience, there's no any medications or anything for any other people, okay, uh, to get out from that particular depression, or to take any patient out from the depression. So it's only one, our mental status, our mood, which has to be in a very good condition. If that is there, then definitely you will come out of depression. Okay, so patients will definitely help out, you should make them to help out to come out from it. But a lot of people even usually say like yoga, meditation and all, they help a lot in them. But it is fine, we can definitely go with it. Mm, so it's not a problem with that, we can definitely think about it. But mainly you consider is, there are some situations, there are some conditions which will definitely trigger them a lot. So whenever you get any patient who is related to depression, please analyze him properly. Analyzing is very very important. Just have to be very cautious and very calm till he finishes each and everything whatever he wants to say. And such particular patients will never speak in front of anyone, they need you to be alone with them. And please be sure that the patient is not like exaggerated with, like he doesn't like quarrel with you or anything like that. Okay, so in those like in psychotic conditions or patients, they do like that. But if he's not, please make them to sit alone, speak with them, see the things what you have can do to rule out and see which condition he might be definitely suffering from, because you need to analyze which psychotic conditions they are entering into. Based on that, you can definitely able to control them. But only one thing is, just need to listen and just be calm, because some of the situations in their life will make them feel like that. Because even according to Ayurvedic science, sattva, raja, tama are the manasika doshas. Usually raja and tama vitiation occurs very quickly. Okay, if raja and tama gets vitiated, that's why you can feel the different feelings, like other dukkha, sukha, dukkha, any particular point. You can immediately come down in, but even sattva guna getting vitiated is very rare. If that particular is getting more, you will be definitely entering into psychological disorders. Okay, so analyze the patient properly, make them to understand their conditions. Based on that, listen to the things, because they never want to go through again with the same situation in their life. If that particular situation occurs again and again in front of them, there are more chances the patient get more worsen rather than getting cured. Okay, so we should be very much sure that he doesn't suffer from the same particular point of condition again. Okay, so the next point is causes. What are the nidana causative factors? First point they've usually mentioned is genetic or hereditary. Okay, uh, genetics, again hereditary, we cannot explain it. If it has been seen in your grandparents and all, then your siblings will also be able to get it. So you can ask your parents, your grandparents, or anyone like whether they get more depressed or not. If they are, then you should be more prone to not get into that. Or you may be, there are other particular things to do, what to do, what not to do. so that you do not get enter into depression. Okay, think about that, because if it is genetically been seen, then we cannot help it out. Okay, genetics or hereditary, biological, biochemical, or medications. Even excessive medications, like patients who take more of NSAID, non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs, if they take more amount of them, even that can hamper. Best example I can give you here is epilepsy. Patient who are suffering from epilepsy. Okay, you know epilepsy, right? There is a chemical, sorry, not chemical, electrical imbalances inside the brain. Okay, if there's an electrical imbalance inside the brain, you will see the frothy coming out, saliva coming out from your mouth, which is a condition called as epilepsy. So in epileptic patients, it's not treatable. Okay, epilepsy cannot be treated, it can be mainly managed, and it can be managed only with anti-epileptic medications. And those persons who are suffering from epilepsy should take those medications throughout their life till they die. There's no other option for them. If they leave that medication, then the electric impulses will increase more in the brain, and there may be severe epileptic strokes, or even the patient may go into coma, or even he may die. Okay, so that is why you have to take those particular medications. But when you take these medications, what happens is the electric impulses are controlled, but what things, there are plenty of side effects. Say like they start losing their memory, and they start losing concentration, expressions, feelings. They do not have anything. Slowly you see any anti-epileptic patients who is having a history of 15-20 years of medications, you can see them, they are like completely dead inside. Okay, no feelings, nothing, or it is very less in them, because such medications such depress them. Okay, they have a lot of other particular things, like they start, these medications will directly impact on the electrical impulses of the brain, where they have plenty of side effects also. We cannot exactly mention how exactly it takes place, but they definitely enter into depression or any particular thing, psychotic, anxiety, fear. They get a lot of anxious, excuse me, they get a lot where you cannot exactly tell us, because they all have side effects. Biochemical is again like, there are some gaseous things like nitrous oxide, you can see, if you just inhale that, you start laughing for necessary things. It's like that. So some chemical where definitely trigger the nerves, and they start acting like psychotic people only. Okay, so even those particular things you can see. Biological also, you can see any type of microorganisms can also induce into depression or anything. Dietary, nutrition, if there is no proper nutrition inside the body, more chances to get into such things. Environmental conditions, where you can stay, people staying in more of industrial areas. Okay, such particular points where inhaling all chemical fertilizing any particular inhale frequently. Social cultural factors, here is social cultural factors, it's like socio-economic status, what you can say, where a lot of people have this particular thing inside them. Because as a human being, out of the topic I'm talking about right now, as a common human being, you can see a lot of people in present era, actually a lot of people are more happy to see what's happening in others life rather than in their own. They always compare their life with others. You will see, everybody does that. Okay, don't say no. You may be saying no inside, but everybody does inside. Nobody agrees with it, that this particular people is having a bike, is having a car, is having a iPhone. Why don't I have that, I have this. For any other reason, we start comparing with each other and all. So if this thing goes on, okay, it goes on again and again every day, it should start increasing more. Because when you are a child, you will see it's more commonly seen. Because by in childhood only, a lot of people, small kids, they start complaining, saying that his friend is having that, his friend is in this, and I don't have that, and I don't have. They start asking their parents to buy them for them. If this is not able to control, then it will definitely go land up in different conditions. Okay, so comparison is one of the main point where a lot of people do that. Okay, so that might also induce. So that's why socio-cultural or socio-economical they do not mingle with each other with any particular. They'll not be culturally seen in everywhere, every place. They like to be alone, all alone setting. Okay, situations, as I told you before also, some situations, some kind of situations, they may be happening. Relationships, before it was, I don't think so now it is a problem for adding now in depression. Because before they would see like relationship was more common. Like one girl, one boy used to get love affair or anything. They used to see like her, he used to die for her, hang himself, commit suicide, and all those things. But now you rarely see such things. So I don't think so. That may be a problem for him. Personality is definitely personality. Same with the socioeconomic status. What I say, like this girl is tall, handsome, nice, and we are not. So comparison, everything is commonly seen there. Okay, so see, these are some of the causes where you can definitely see that these people may enter into depression. Okay. Mm, next point is diagnosis. How do you diagnose? We do not have any particular laboratory investigations for these. Okay, so you cannot go like do blood test or anything. But in severe conditions, we can go with the CBC, with the WBC count, or whether if you say if dietary, if it is due to dietary, then nutritional status we can definitely see in the lab investigations. Vitamin D, B3, B12, you can all go with that. Dietary, even if it happens like this, but moreover, please do concentrate these 3 points. Okay, history collection. History is very, very important. Mental status examination. Mental status examination is one of part of the central nervous system examination, where you see higher mental functions. I think you have dealt with that. Higher mental functions, you'll be dealing with the memory, how you will check the memory. Then you will be seeing orientation, that is name, time, date, and place. There are some other points in higher mental functions. Okay, so you have to see all those points, because this is like only history collection and examination is only one thing. ICD, again, you can see there are 10 criteria in ICDs, like the patient doesn't sleep, is always stressed, tension, everything. Just refer that ICD internationally. Oh, excuse me. This is a common particular criteria where they have mentioned if these 10 criteria, in the 10 criteria out of 10, more than 5, we can definitely say that the patient is getting into depression. Okay, so that 10 criteria is nothing but it is very simple. There is insomnia, fear, anxiety, lack of concentration. These are all the types of points in the criteria. If more than that, then definitely you are depressed. Okay, you can confirm that. So no other particular radiological examinations you can do or help in depression, but mainly history taking, history collection. How will you come to know now? How will you exactly say that the patient is entering into depression? So, as I told you about the causes, you know about the signs and symptoms. Okay, so in those particular things are very good for you. You can understand that. But in history collection, please do only one thing. One point is very important: is see whether it is genetic or not. Rule out that, then rule out the particular situations or conditions which may has made him to go through this particular things. Okay, and concentrate even his food and sleep. Okay, because this is very important. If sleep is getting altered and food is getting altered, excessive things can occur. Anyway, even more, it should be neither vriddhi or kshaya, it should be in samavastha. If it is vriddhi of sleep or kshaya of sleep, definitely it will cause depression. Okay, so these are the diagnostic criteria for it. Udvega, as I told you before, I've explained you this. It's nothing but anxiety, fear, distress, anxious. So people are very much anxious, right? Like what will happen to them? What is going to this? If anxiety is increasing, where can you even tell where anxiety can be seen? In which conditions it can be seen? Moreover, in diabetes, you can see diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases. In all such things, in anxiety is more, and anxiety becomes a prime hetu in them to worsen the condition inside them. See, a lot of people who are undergoing these cardiovascular diseases, like bypass or stunt, in them after getting operated and they come back, they are more anxious that they'll get it again and again. So they'll be so anxious that they'll start thinking it about it frequently. The more you neglect is fine. The more you start thinking, it worsens the conditions more. That is why to control our feelings, to control our emotions are very important. If you do not, you may enter into deep trouble. Okay, think about this, and you have to even motivate your patients not to go into depression or anxiety, because a lot of people will say that they are this one. Okay, they may say that they are into depression or anxiety, but they aren't. Class will end the delay. But they are not anxiety or depression. So you can say that you have to get out from make them to get out from it. Okay, how you have to think about it. Okay, because we do not have, there are medications which can suppress the brainial activity or this one, but you cannot make them to stop thinking, right? So that becomes very difficult for us to give or think about what type of treatment you can be given into those particular patients. So I definitely think you have to think about other particular points, how to make them to come out of it. Okay, so this is about udvega. Anxiety is a universal and generally adaptive response to a threat. Okay, that's what, anything is threat to their body, they become more they become adaptive to that particular response. Okay, that's what I told you. If they get any particular condition and they start thinking more, it is a getting to more in that. Okay, but in certain circumstances it can become maladaptive also. Okay, ಒಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ತಡಿ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. Okay, ನಾ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ತಗೋ, ನಾ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. Yes, ಮಾಡಿ. Okay, sorry. Anxiety is a universal and generally adaptive response to a threat, but in certain circumstances it can become maladaptive also. Okay, but what are the symptoms you can see? Is palpitation. This is one of the more important. Without anything particular point, they start feeling that their heartbeat is increasing more. Okay, it increases more, they feel it more. So that's particular points you can commonly see in them. Trembling or shaking, tremors, what we call it as. More difficulty in breathing. Breathing is fine, but you can say that they feel like something is suffocating inside for them. There's not like open air to breathe. They feel like that. That's why they get chest pain. Okay, because less of oxygen supply and everything happens, they do not go deep inspiration and expiration. Right, so there is chest pain, feeling dizzy, unsteady, lightheaded, fear of losing control, going crazy. This is more commonly you can say going crazy means they definitely do not have control on their emotions. They get angry quick, they get their emotions, they changes very quickly. Sweating, one of the main important point, you can see their hands or legs sweat. Okay, and you people also, person who is having more of pitta prakriti, they sweat. You people don't think that you are entering into anxiety. Okay, anxiety is very much common. If somebody is scolding you or if somebody is saying anything, you start sweating at that particular time. Even during most of viva or exam times, you can see your hands start sweating more and more because you get more anxious. That is for a particular time. You will come out of it after you cross that time. But if that time increases, think if 3 hours it is like that, if it goes on to the whole life like that, then anxiety will increase more and more. Okay, so you may enter into anxiety also in that. Okay, bhaya, again it's like fear. Okay, so it is nothing but anxiety or depression. Insomnia, very important point. This is a huge topic. I'll take this again and again because we will discuss this. Sleep is very important, as I told you. Okay, in one sleep, you please do see that there is a REM. Okay, what is called as rapid eye movement. You can see when the patient is sleeping also, the eyeball moves inside. If he's having that, you can say that it is not a proper sleep. Okay, it's an improper sleep. So that type of sleep is like he's sleeping, his body is resting, but his mind is still thinking about something else. So even that is not a proper sleep. Okay, so it is repeatedly difficult with sleep initiation, maintenance, consolidation, or quality that occurs despite adequate time and opportunity for sleep, and that results in some form of daytime impairment. If you don't sleep properly, then definitely in the next day, whole day, you will not be concentrated, you will not do any type of physical activity. Okay, so this is about insomnia. Okay, so what question did I ask for you in roll number? Okay, yes, roll number 9. Roll number 9, are you there?